Hello, everyone. This is Deb Joyce Meek from Delight of My Art. Thank you for joining us for our mystery stamping every Wednesday. It's nice to see everyone. Nice to see Tina back as our moderator in the comments here on YouTube. And we missed you last week. If you are new here, you can catch us every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and get these directions emailed to you if you're on my email list. The simple way to get on my email list is just to go to this link here, email.orderwithdeb.com. Quick and easy form to fill out, or you can also see these directions pasted and posted in our Facebook group, which is called Stamp with Delight. But right now we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at Delight of My Art. All right, let's go ahead and take this one off. We'll go ahead and get down to the desktop and get started playing along. So let me put my directions where I can see them, and we will take our base piece out here. I have a piece that is early espresso. I'm going to take out my trimmer so that we can do some scoring together. And this is just half a sheet of cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5. We are going to score this at 4 1/4, right in half. Make sure I can see comments here too. And then I'm going to flip it over and do 2 1/8. So we're doing it halfway and a quarter of the way, but it's going to go back and forth. So halfway at 4 1/4. I flipped it over just so that the score lines would be on the right side, but this one is at 2 1/8. Hello, everyone. And then I'm going to have same as base. I'm going to have another piece that is 7 inches by 3.5. So we're going to score this one as well. So put it in at that 7-inch side. My camera's having some focusing issues here. 3.5. So we're going to score this right in half at 3.5. That is half of 7. And then again, we're going to flip that over and do 5 5/8. So go ahead and go 5 5/8 over here. Hello, everybody. So nice to see everybody coming in live. Okay, we're going to do our burnishing and scoring now. We shouldn't need that trimmer any longer. So I'm going to take out my bone folder. We'll take our bigger piece here, and I'm going to find that dent in the paper. That is our mountain side. If you were curious if you're doing your scoring right, it doesn't really matter, but that is the official correct way. And then we're going to fold this one back on itself. So when I press this fold, I actually don't want it to be pressed into the back here because we can make a little dent. So I'm going to tuck that piece behind before I press that. That's just a little tip if you get an extra little accidental dent on your paper there. So this is going to go front and back like that. That's how that looks. Bury the bump. Yes, that's what Tina said. All right, so here again, we have the bump in the middle here, or I'm sorry, the dent. That's the dent. So there is how we're going to fold that one. And then again, we're going to fold backwards on this littler tab here. So again, I'm going to fold that backwards so we don't create an extra little bump. And that is how this one is going to go, just like a little backwards Z that way. Okay, so now we can take out some of our pieces. I've got DSP number 1 being 1 7/8 wide by 5 1/4 tall. We have 2 of those. And of course, those are going to go on these 2 panels. And then DSP number 2 is 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to go on the back here. So let's go ahead and add this right now. This paper that I'm using is from the Floral Delight Designer Series paper. And everything else that I'm using is actually featured in our Delightful Card Club for August. And you have today and tomorrow to sign up for that if you haven't yet already. But it's really pretty, and I'll give you another sneak peek if you didn't catch last week's for those. We're using the Sunflower 3D embossing folder and doing some fun techniques with that. So It's been so popular. It's actually out of stock at the moment. So if you want to add that one onto your club package, it might delay it just a little bit because it's going to be back in the week that I'm shipping out the club. But it's worth waiting for it, and you'll save on tax and shipping that way. All right, so here is our card base. And then we have this extra little piece here, and you probably know what I'm doing, but maybe not. So let's go ahead and put this aside for, well, we can actually attach this now and then decorate it. So this is a double Z fold, and this will go right here. So the fold line of the front of the bigger panel here is going to go all the way to the right side, and we're going to center that top to bottom. So we're only attaching this piece right here. And then when we flip this over, just this tinier panel right here. So this is how you can get that to glue where you want and not where you don't want. So right now we're going to look at this. It's actually when this is folded shut, you are just adding glue to this panel. Don't go too close to this fold because it might go over too far, but I'm going to use Seal Plus so it's nice and strong. And we're just going to do one piece at a time. So this is, again, right there. It's folded like this. And we're going to center. I'm going to lay this side down first because this side has the glue. So I'm going to center this because I can wiggle it around because nothing's glued down yet. So that is straight and centered, hopefully. And then we'll just eyeball that. That looks pretty good to me. We're going to stick this in like this, and now it's attached to this side. So now we have to attach the other side. So we're just going to open this up, add some adhesive here, and then close it up again. Hi, Tony. You got the littles watching with you. That's fun. Hello, littles. All right, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to hold this so that it doesn't touch the bottom before I get the card closed, right? And we're going to gently put that down and attach that side too. So now we have this cool double Z fold. All right, so now I'm going to take my decoration pieces and we're going to do a little bit of the fun techniques that we're going to do in our club as well. So if you haven't seen our cool 3D embossing folder, actually, where did I stick it? I just used it, of course. It's a really big 3D embossing folder. It's one of our big ones. So you can actually utilize lots of different patterns depending on where you put your paper in here. You can do 2 card fronts at once, really, because it's so big, but it gives a nice deep impression. And we're going to do something really cool to this piece right here. So this piece, look how deep this is. This one I put in right here to get this kind of half flower here. And I hope this works on camera because otherwise I'll have to cut another piece, but we're going to turn it over. So here's the bumpy side. And here is the debossed side. We're going to go on the debossed side and we're going to take our early espresso ink pad and we're going to rub it on this side, which sounds scary, right? So I'm just going to hold it with my fingers here and we're just going to kind of gently drag that and get a cool background effect. Since this is turned over, we're actually getting the background sticking up. So I'm just going to keep moving that. I'm just gently dragging that across the surface here. And you can always add a little bit more if you need to or want to. I'm trying to pick up a little bit of the center here, but that looks pretty good. So we've got a cool background now. And now I want to add some more colors. So same as with our club, we're going to add these colors here: pecan pie, old olive, and crushed curry to complement this early espresso here. So I'm going to take out some sponge daubers and just add a little bit of color. So let's go ahead and add the lightest color first. Our crushed curry. Those are nice things. You just stick your finger in there, and I'm going to dab off and just kind of add some color here. Now in our class, we started with some yellow paper, so I actually only dabbed some ink right next to the center of the flower, but this one is white paper. So we'll just go ahead and add a little bit more color than the other one. This is the card we're going to be making in our club, which is actually a two-tone paper. So this one is similarly made, and I'll be directing my club members to this video to kind of get a feel for how to color their image in. And some of you are watching right now anyway, so welcome. And we'll just look at the images and try to tell where the petals are and which ones are actually leaves. And it's okay if you do it a different way. Let's see, I think these are petals, and I think what's in front of it are leaves. But it does color pretty fast just using these little sponge daubers. You can be as messy or as quick or as detailed as you want to be. If you want to be even more detailed, you could probably use blends. I feel like the sponge daubers are going to be a little bit faster, a little bit more down and dirty, but it creates a really fun coloring method there. Ooh, here's another petal I forgot. All right, and now we can add some green in there. I always like to dab off just in case. Get this green over here. And if I wanted to do this in the two-tone cardstock, we could do that too in the same kind of way that we did the card for club. Here's a leaf over here. You can get the edge of this little sponge dauber and kind of get a little bit more precise. And I think, I'm not actually sure what this is, but I think we need a little bit more green. So let's just add a little bit more green up there. This might be a leaf sticking up here somewhere. That way we get a little bit more color there. I'm going to open this back up. Make sure we've got enough yellow over here. And then we can open up our pumpkin pie. And I love that our stamp pads, even when they're open, they're a little bit hard to see which color is which, but those color bars that are included with your labels help you figure out which one is which when they're open, when you have multiple open at once. I'm just going to lightly dab that so we get a little bit of that color tone in there. And you can see it a little bit better once I take my yucky scrap paper away. We'll just add a little bit more color in there. Since it's textured, we're still getting fun details in there. Maybe a little bit more yellow right near the flower center, just to give it some depth. Ooh, that looks cool. Kind of pops that way, right? A little bit around here. Since the background's colored, you don't have to worry about coloring outside the lines because we made it nice and dark. All right, so that's going to be my front image. I think that looks really cool. It's kind of artsy looking, right? Because it's not perfect, but it really looks kind of very interesting, right? All right, so this is going to go here. Ooh, that really pops on there. And I like that the background color is the same as our base color because it just kind of makes it look like it's framed really well. Okay, so now we can add this piece on there. If you ever didn't like it, you could just use the nice embossed side and just go, and now it's nice and white. There's always a backup. The other side looks fine. But I really liked this side. Yeah, we did a nice job. All right, so there is the front. So I hope that you guys are encouraged to try Club. We got a club.orderwithdeb.com, and then we'll just put the rest of these pieces on here. So I have a tag for the front. We're using the same stamp set that we were using in our flash class with the washi tape and with this club, so that would be easier for, but you could use any word set that you have, but I really like the font on this one. It's called Tags of Thanks. It actually has a bundle with little tiny punches, but we're just using the stamp set. So here is this one. I'm going to put that up on dimensionals. I think that I need to grab a new larger dimensional sheet, but haven't done it yet, so we'll just use mini ones. No big deal. I'm going to put a bunch on there just because this is so 3D. Um, Hopefully it'll catch it on multiple different levels there. Probably better if I use the bigger ones. They cover more surface area. So we can put this anywhere we like on here. And actually we could even have it kind of, I already added dimensionals, but we could even have it coming off because it doesn't go outside of the card boundary. But I think I'm just gonna put it right here. And then we can decorate these other two panels. This panel, by the way, was 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So it started out as a neutral panel and I decorated it. So that's where that one is. The next one is going to be 3 1/4 tall by, where did my directions go? The 1 7/8 wide. This is the panel that you would write on. So that's going to go in the second one. And then we're going to decorate the third one. So let's go ahead and glue this on. Lila, you love sunflowers? That's great. They're wonderful. I hope that someday we can have a field of sunflowers in our back field. I think that would be so cool. Right now it's all goldenrod, which looks really neat too. All right, so here is my neutral for my last little panel. This panel is going to be 1 1/8 by 3 1/4 tall. And we're going to do something special with this one as well. This is another technique that we're going to do in our class, but this is using the two-tone paper. So you can see that nice embossing on there, but it's a different color on the back. So it's crushed curry, and then the light version of crushed curry, and this paper is white on the inside. So everybody getting in the club will also get their own little sander, and you just going to lightly sand your embossed piece, and it kind of has that center show through. This is so fun and so quick. I love this. And you can use this on any of our 3D embossing folders with the two-tone paper. So wouldn't this be super cool with the sailboat and just kind of like making those waves pop? Maybe using Secret Sea cardstock or something. So now we have this nice texture with this, and we can just let that pop and kind of show right here. So I absolutely love this folder. This is the reason I think why it is out of stock at the moment, because it is so pretty and super awesome for summer and fall. So this is the perfect time to be using it. I got all the sanding stuff on there. All right, so we can just glue this piece on. Oh, I think this is stunning. And now I can just add some of our dots. Where did those go? Somewhere. I ordered a bunch of sequins for, yes, the class, and then they went out of stock. So I do have enough, I think, for everybody, but I ordered more than I needed. So please join the club so I can send you a whole sheet of these awesome neutral adhesive back sequins, because they're really fun. And we're gonna use, let's use these kind of, ooh, okay, that one flew away. We're gonna use these kind of orangey ones with my take your pick tool. We'll just kind of add those in the center of the sunflowers there. Kind of give it a little pizzazz. And maybe another one. If your putty end is not cooperating, you can rip it off and just advance this just a little bit more. New putty will come out. Look at that. It's kind of oozing out a little bit. And then you mash it down, and now it should work perfect. Yes. So here we go. That's card number 1. I think it's so pretty. And then here is card number 2. This one is, keep losing my cheat sheet of all the things that I used. Okay. Usually I tell Tina what I used, and I was creating starting 2 hours ago. So Charming Day Bundle and the Floral Charm Designer Series paper. So that's all part of the same suite, along with the Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots. So this one was really pretty too. I love this bundle. I love this whole suite because it's got roses and different flowers. The die cut back here was actually white paper, and I just used a blending brush with green on there. So that's how you get those different tones in a die cut. I thought that was a really fun way to do that. And then number 3, I do want you to vote on your favorite ones. This helps my channel grow and helps people find me. YouTube will just spit this video out for people if you guys comment. So I love to see your comments here. So this one, you might be wondering, where's this from? I haven't seen this. This is from the Sweeter With You Paper Pumpkin Refill. So even if you didn't get the Paper Pumpkin, which you should be subscribed to Paper Pumpkin, it's awesome. It's a kit that comes every month and it's a surprise and fun things come in there. But if you're a subscriber, you also get to get the perks, and you get to order the refills, and you get to order the cool add-on dies. So this hello right here is part of the Circle of Seasons dies. You get 9 dies for $12 in this one. Really fun circle and different, you can do a strawberry and an acorn and the flowers and all sorts of things. So this whole, all this paper and everything is from that Paper Pumpkin refill. I didn't even use the stamp set from that one, but I thought this was super cute. I love strawberries. So there are the cards. Please let me know which one is your favorite. We've got number 1, number 2, and number 3. We have some votes coming in here. We've got number 1, 1 and 2, number 1, 1 and 2, number 1. Yes, I love this one. So again, if you are interested in becoming part of the club, you can get, we make 2 each of all of our cards. So here's your sneak peek at the cards that we'll be making in August. So again, we have all this. We've got some gold paper going on. You'll have the die cuts that are not included in, there's no bundle, but I'll do all your die cuts and you'll do your folder running. So that is, again, club.orderwithdeb.com. I'd love for you to join. Let me just go ahead and put that at the bottom here. But again, we'll keep looking for votes on these things. We've got, again, the sunflower. The Zappa says all 3. Tony loves number 3, and Yvonne likes number 1. We've got another vote for number 1 and another vote for number 1. I love this one. All right, so let me go ahead and put my face back in here. Thank you so much for watching and sharing and liking and voting for your favorite cards. It really does help me. I thank you again for tuning in, and we will see you again next week. In the meantime, yes. If you are a demonstrator, you know that you can get a sneak peek of our new catalog coming up in about 30 minutes. I'm really excited to see what's on the docket for our Christmas offerings. And again, if you are part of the demonstrator community, you can start ordering early. This is one of our best perks, ordering early and getting a discount starting August 5. So if you'd like that opportunity too, if you can't wait to see everything that's coming up, you can join my team at join.orderwithdeb.com too, and get all of those perks as well. Tina is part of my team. I've got other people watching that are probably part of the team here. I love my team, and I appreciate everybody that's watching too. So again, I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next week. All right, bye guys.